I've got a question for you. If I were to ask you what your version of an embarrassing moment in public was, what would you say? Perhaps falling down in the middle of a crowd, or attempting to leave with a purchase that sets off the alarm in a mall. Well, in today's episode of Raiserverse, we take a look at some of the embarrassing public stories you guys sent in to us, and take a peek at the awkward situations some of you guys have been put in. Hey yo guys, my name is Jordan of TheFearRaiser, and welcome to Raiserverse, the show where we bring your stories to life. Sit your butts down and prepare for awkwardness as we dive deep into some uncomfortable stories you guys sent in to us. So, get ready. Our first story is titled, The Time I Would Have Gone Commando by Kazuma_H. So one day I was walking with my friends in the city town center. Also, before I carry on, can I just say in England, friend groups for boys are different. We don't go in small friend groups, we hang out in large groups. And I was the center boy of the group. You know, the cool one. So anyway, we were walking down the street and a small group of girls from our school was on the other side of the street. And by the way, there were 3 girls and each one had confessed to me before, but that's a story for another time. They waved and one of them ran over to me and I knew something embarrassing was gonna happen cause this girl was the clumsy one. Anyways, she ran over to me and she tripped on a loose tile on the floor and she fell right in front of me. But the worst part was, she grabbed my jeans and pulled them down to help herself up, and that day I was wearing kitty cat underpants. Anyway, so yeah, she pulled my jeans down and I wanted to die so badly. Another thing is the underpants were a gift from that girl, and she glared at me and said, "Is my gift comfy?" Or something like that. This was a while ago, and after that I really wanted to die so much. Plus, my group weren't surrounding me, actually. They were sitting on the beaches waiting for me, so the hundreds of people saw my kitty cat underpants also. A few hours later, my crush texted me, who was not one of the 3 girls, and said, "You were in town wearing cat underpants earlier today?" And so, I set on my journey to the moon. I wish. Thank you for listening to my story, though. Our next story is titled, My Embarrassing Day Shopping by PumKitty_Koha. Okay, so this one time I was with my grandma and my little brother. We were just doing some fun shopping together since she liked shopping and thought it would be a good idea to bond with us. I, on the other hand, hated shopping. Unless it's for video games. We were walking around the mall and my brother, who we will call Greg, liked shopping. He was determined to get the best clothes so the girls at school would love him. He was in 8th grade at the time, so I was in junior high school, and while we were there, my grandma kept making attempts to get me to buy clothes. Like, really girly clothes. Super uncomfortable clothes, might I add. When really, I liked and still like to dress like a guy. So it was really awkward, but I was able to put up with it. When she really crossed the line, though, I wanted to die. She dragged me into this store that was full of these girly kind of clothes, like the really girly kind of clothes, and I had never stepped foot into a place like that before, and I didn't want to. And even after my attempts to run off and flee to Hot Topic, I failed and went into the girly store of doom. While we were in there, I kept my head down and didn't want to look up. It was just really awkward, and my grandma kept keeping a close eye on me to make sure I didn't run. And it gets better. Even after she managed to drag me into this dungeon, she proceeded to try and get me to buy some clothes. At the time, I was single and happy with it. Grandma wasn't happy, and she thought I needed a guy or girl to be happy, and she thought that if I get these kind of clothes, I get these girl clothes, nice dresses and stuff, that people would want to be with me. But it gets better. She ended up grabbing all of this clothes out of nowhere and just shouting at me, telling me to come over. And by the way, this woman has no inside voice. "These will definitely get you a guy. Go ahead and buy them, sweetie." I was mortified. All the people in the store were looking at us, and their eyes would dart from what my grandma was holding and back to me. Not knowing what to really do, I just bolted, and of course ran to Hot Topic. My face was pretty red because I just don't like that kind of clothes, and I you know, I just avoided eye contact the whole time. And I just waited in Hot Topic until my brother found me looking at anime merch. Our next story is titled Our Trip to Vegas by The Dark Sun 2000. I used to live in Utah. My mom has a gambling problem, so we would go to Vegas every week. There was always a 50-50 chance that we would have to go with. This weekend happened to be the weekend we had to go with. We were in front of Hara's casino, I think, and my mom was drunk. My younger brother, let's call him Sasuke. Yeah, that's right, Sasuke. Wanted to go back to the hotel room because Vegas is super boring when you're a kid. My mom told him to suck it up and stop being a wimp. His response was to throw my mom's popcorn that he was carrying at her and run. My old man had to throw my mom's purse and jacket at me to go and run Sasuke down. The police had to stop my dad afterward, but the thing is he had his handgun on him. We had to explain that we weren't trying to kidnap some random kid, but trying to get back my younger brother. Let's say my parents weren't too happy, so we went home the next day. Our second story is titled Awkward Dancing in Public by Do Not Throw Souls. Seriously, don't throw those. So when I was in 7th grade, I did the most idiotic thing. So did all of my friends, who I still hang out with today. One day, when school ended, my friends and I went to the dollar store near the school. We decided to do something we considered funny at the time. My friend Laura bought a poster board and a Sharpie, and my friend Kay bought some bad quality speakers. We wrote, "You honk, we dance," and we went out on the sidewalk near the road and blasted some beautiful weeaboo trash music. We then got about 5 honks until Kay said, "May, isn't that your mom's car?" It was. My mom was not happy. She took me home, and I was grounded for 2 weeks. And our final story is titled The Awkward Dance by Blue3'sme565.
Our summer break, my parents decided that my 2 sisters and I would go to Mexico to go party with my relatives there. After the drive from the airport to our house, we opened our suitcases and started to put our party outfits in the closet. Fast forward a few days, my aunt told us earlier in the morning that we have to finish doing cow feeding and turn on the fire to heat the shower. We finished that within a few hours so we could leave early. Since we live on a ranch and live a few hours away from the party, we got ready and left. We made it on time. My sister, aunt, and cousins went to sit where the banda was playing at the plaza. My uncle's cousin, 10 years old, asked my older sister, 17 years, to dance. What I didn't know was that they were talking to my uncle's cousin, that's my age, to dance with me. Once I figured out what they were planning, the guy came towards me. He asked me to dance, and I said yes because I didn't want to look rude. We were dancing to a fast-paced song, and in the middle of the song, my legs got knotted, and I fell on top of him. That was so embarrassing, but the following day, he asked me and I laughed about what happened when we first met. He became my best friend and my crush.
Man, some of those were awkward. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Raiserverse. If you want your stories to be potentially animated, be sure to send them in to our subreddit page and email, both links down in the description below. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more great content, and of course follow me on my social media, which is all on the screen down below. A lot of animations and more is to come to this channel, so make sure you're around to see it first. Our topics for next week go as followed: Most Awkward Crushes Part 2 or Most Painful Mistakes Part 2. You thought this video was done? Wrong-o! If you enjoyed that video and you want to see more kinds of these style videos, you know you gotta leave a like and subscribe. But the real question is, how loyal of a TheFearRaiser fan are you? Want to show your support? Follow me on my social media and buy a t-shirt, fam! Check the link down in the description below, which will take you to my website, and buy a shirt and or hoodie. All fans who tweet pics of them wearing a shirt and or hoodie will end up on the end of my animations. So what are you waiting for? Go buy a shirt while supplies last. And thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Alright guys, take care and have a great day.